PepsiHotshot competition. A year of hard work climaxed last Sunday in Phoenix, Arizona, where the Hotshot competition finals were taking place. Joe and Lori Reno, a brother and sister act from Archbald, competed in the finals for the second consecutive year.
Every level of competition gets even harder. This time it was real hard. There's a lot of upsets out there in the West, and I really didn't know what was going to happen, but fortunately I won.
Joe last year was the Hotshot 9 to 12 age group winner. This year he scored a total of 123 points and repeated as the national champion, this time of the 13 to 15 group. Lori, after a disappointing loss last year in the finals, bounced back this time to win the 16 to 18 group. Their father and coach, Frank Reno, worked with both Joe and Lori for many hours practicing and working out strategies.
They go 7 days a week, sometimes 2 and 3 practices a day. At least, I would say an average of 10 to 15 hours a week or more of practice, not counting what they practice in their own back garden.
This will be Joe's last year of Hotshots because next year he will take his skills to the Bishop O'Hara varsity basketball team. But for now, Joe and Lori Reno are the nation's best Hotshot competitors and the co-WNEP TV Sports Stars of the Week. And a little something extra, the Renos will be on Good Morning America sometime in the month of May. Runners-up this week, well, Paul Ross of the University of Scranton, Chris Curran, a pitcher at Bishop Hafey, Jeff Brandt from Danville, he won the Penn Relays, Jeff DeStacio of Nethercook, and Mary Beth Bowler of College.
Put the way you want without waiting. Special.
Well, Joe invited us to watch Good Morning America this morning, and he said start at 7:30 because he wasn't sure of the time last night, so we kept looking, but we finally saw Archbald represented on Good Morning America today.
I assume you're talking about you saw it on your Betamax. I know you weren't up at that time.
I was up at that time, my friend.
You must have taped that, baby.
No.
A couple of former sports stars, remember?
That's right.
Well, hard as it may be to believe, there is life after our Sports Star of the Week award. Joe and Lori Reno, the brother and sister basketball act from Archbald, were interviewed today on Good Morning America. Frank Gifford talked to the Renos about their recent national titles in the NBA Hotshot competition. That competition requires the youngsters to make baskets from various points on the floor. The Renos in their respective age groups beat everyone else in the nation. They'll receive more honors Monday when Archbald Post 869 presents the Renos with accommodations. You'll be able to see the Renos winning performances Sunday afternoon during halftime of the NBA playoffs. Last night it was the Lakers winning Game 2 of their Western Final. They led by 12, but number 34, Mike Mitchell, brings the Spurs back. That put them ahead 79-70.
I've learned a lot about plants over
I don't know what you have there, but I would imagine it was a great day for golf.
It was a super day for golf, and we have a super team in our own
Oh, you do?
backyard. That's
Yeah.
right. The Kings golf team is getting ready to hell. Maybe, maybe not. What we're talking about is the New York Islanders' 3-0 lead, and the Philadelphia Phillies moved over the 5. Well, they are the hottest of the hot shots, and they come from Archbald. Meet Lori and Joe Reno. Lori is a senior at Bishop O'Hara, while Joe is in the 9th grade. They are the best at what they do, and what they do is score baskets.
The object is to get the most, who could get the most points in 3 minutes you get.
In hot shots, there are 6 spots from which you get to shoot, ranging from 5 points for a 24-footer to 2 points for a layup, plus a 3-point bonus if you shoot from all the spots. But it is no coincidence that 5 youngsters from Archbald competed in the National Hot Shot Contest. You see, Joe and Lori's father, Rocky Reno, devised a way to win.
My father set up a plan, a way we do it, and we usually go to one spot, the D3, and you just keep going back to that one.
But that's not the only reason these two are so good.
There's a lot of work and practicing. Practice 3 hours, maybe more, whenever we can.
Well, if you can teach them, maybe. What were the age groups again? 9 through 18? Darn. Lori is retiring from competition as the girls' championship, while Joe, who has won the title 3 out of the 4 years he's competed, already looks to be the favorites for next year.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Good job tonight. The TV station. Anything at all for ratings. The candidate.
the creators of that.
It's 8:53, and we've come out of our studio this morning to ABC's basketball court. Actually, it's in the garage. But we're going to get a chance to see two of our country's youngest and best basketball shots show us their stuff. They're national champions of last month's Pepsi Challenge NBA Hot Shot competition, and nearly 3 million young people from schoolyards and playgrounds across the country have taken part on various levels in the past few years. These two winners just happen to be a brother and sister act. Joe Reno is 15 and Laurie Reno is 17. And they hail from Archbald, Pennsylvania, a household word, and of course in your geography. How many points did you score? Now, you had 1 minute. It was the end of the NBA season. You were down in Phoenix. You had 1 minute to score a bunch of points. First, let me show you where the points are scored. I think we have a diagram we can look at. You get a certain amount of points from each hot spot located around the court. Now, how many points did you get, Joe, in your 1 minute?
I had a 40 last minute.
40 in the last minute. And Laurie, what did you get?
I had a 30 in my last minute.
And you both, of course, being brother and sister, you share a basketball court at home. Now, who wins when you compete against each other?
Well, I usually do.
Joe, does she? All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We don't have time for a full 1 minute, but we're going to take 30 seconds. And we're going to let Laurie go first. You get 30 seconds, and you see how many points you can rack up. You come with me, Joe. Take it away, Laurie. Now, this is from 24 feet out. That's for 5 points. For 3 points. For 4 points. For 2 points, but you can only have 2 layups in the allotted 1 minute, and we're just taking 30 seconds. 4 points. Biggie. 5 points. There it is. How much the total? Let's come on out again. All right, come on, Laurie. Now, what was our total? Oh, 7 points. Now, well, television will do that to you, honey. Okay, now, Joe, hang him up there.
All right.
Take it off now. 30 seconds. For 5 points. 3 points. 3 points. 4 points. You're making Jerry West look like a football player. 3 points. Wow, Joe's hot. That's all the layups because you made one before. Aha, another 4 points. That's terrific, Joe. Now, we total that up, and in 30 seconds, Joe. And, Joe, you had 21 points. The winner today, but I got a feeling it doesn't always go that way. You know, we have a former basketball star right here on ABC's Good Morning America, Joan London.
Whistleblower, anyway.
Oh, I want to ask you, though, how much do you practice?
About 3 hours a day or more, whenever we can.
3 hours a day. How do you get the time to do all that? Is it just concentrating on basketball? What about homework and all that?
Well, hot shot was the most important thing to me at that time. Now homework is.
And you're going to continue to, you've won now. This is your 3rd title and Laurie's 1st title. You're going to continue on in the program?
No, it's my last year.
And how about you going to go out for the basketball team?
Yeah.
Good.
You want to be a pro player?
Hopefully.
Oh.
Hang into the studies there, too. You too, Larry. Really fun. You guys are great. Terrific players. We're going to test you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm here to challenge you. Okay?
Okay.
I'll take Laurie.
A little half court.
All right. Who goes first? Who goes first? I get one. All right. Well, it's been. I want to first of all just say it's been just terrific having you here all week. David is going to be back tomorrow, and we're going to have a more on our series. My parents don't understand me. Come back again, okay?
Oh, I love to. And Joan, it's been great being with you. And tomorrow, Catherine Crosby will be here. She'll tell us about her late husband, Bing Crosby, and Julia Child will make a great summer classic treat, the banana split.
You ready?
You're on.
Go out and have a good day. Let's
Laurie.
go. I get.
Siri can do better than that.
He's not doing so bad, huh? Go ahead. Back up, no. America is the #1 early news and information program in the country.
Wednesday.
That's the story of my life. No respect.
Rodney Dangerfield is flying high with his first TV special.
And before Kevin and I take a look at the first half highlights, let me give you some more insight. Where does future NBA talent get its start? Well, if you watch the NBA Hotshot competition in the upcoming weeks on CBS, don't be surprised if you hear an awful lot about a small town in Pennsylvania. Our Dick Stockton found a surplus of talent there a few short weeks ago.
What you are watching are contestants in the Pepsi Challenge NBA Hotshot Finals. Each year, over 2 million youngsters compete, and these are some of the past winners. Here's how it works. Boys and girls have 1 minute to score as many points as possible from 5 designated hotspots. Now, what's so special about these youngsters? They are all from the tiny town of Archbald, Pennsylvania. The borough of Archbald is tucked in the northeast section of Pennsylvania, not far from Scranton. It's a once-upon-a-time coal mining town whose greatest claim to fame until recently has been the fact that the largest glacial pothole in the world is found right here. But now, it is the hotshot capital of the world, because in the last 3 years, of the 18 champions crowned, 5 have come from Archbald, and these kids have become the real celebrities around here. Reputations built by people like John McGraw, national champion as a 17-year-old. Michael Polito, national titleist 2 years ago. And this year's hopefuls, like Joe Reno, 2-time hotshot champion in the boys 9 to 12 and 13 to 15 age categories. This year, Joe goes for an unprecedented 3rd national title. And Joe's sister Lori, a pretty 17-year-old who was the runner-up in the girls 16 to 18 division last year. She'll be trying to win her first national title this year. And Michael Hughes making his first appearance in the boys 9 to 12 category. He's made it all the way to the Eastern Final. And Susan Bolcavage, a similar success story, who's making her first appearance in the girls 9 to 12 age group. She has a good chance of going all the way. And finally, Diane McGraw, the defending national champion in the girls 13 to 15. These kids have put Archbald, Pennsylvania on the map. Now, why is this small town with a population of 5,000? This school of St. Thomas Aquinas, with an enrollment of only 200 students, commanded such athletic notoriety. Well, most people say it's through the efforts of these 2 men, Father Patrick McDowell, formerly of St. Thomas, now in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and Frank Rocky Reno, current sports moderator.
I can't speak for any of the other programs throughout the country, but I kind of doubt that there are any that give more time, any boys or girls who practice harder, work more at it than the boys and girls in Archbald.
Kids are very dedicated. They try hard, and their dedication and hard work is probably beyond, I wouldn't say beyond everybody, but they try to live up to what has happened in the past here. We had a good reputation, and they keep it going. They don't want to lose it. And each year, the lower team, like the 7th grade team, would want to equal or better what the 8th grade team had accomplished. And this is how it all started, and it works through all our programs, whether it's hotshot or girls or boys.
And whatever the program, there's always strategy involved. Hotshot is no different.
After we get into it a while, you realize that you're not getting as many shots going all around to all the spots as you are getting from one spot. Okay? Now, not every kid can shoot a 24-foot shot and make it consistently, or a 21-foot shot and make it consistently, which would be a 4-pointer. But probably the best shot and the best percentage shot would be the 3D, because it's straight out. There's only a slight angle into the basket. When the ball misses, it still comes back when we can rebound it and get right back out to a spot again or shoot a layup. And we get a lot more shots from that position. If we're hitting, it's great. If we're missing, we don't lose an awful lot. We still go around to the spots and pick up our bonuses. But this is the way that we teach the kids, and this is the way we try to keep it.
So there's considerable practice time and discipline on the court. But let's not forget their top priority as students.
Students is a very good word for them, because they are studious. The children who have been in the hotshot program have achieved academically as well as athletically.
If I was to go inside the kids, inside their feelings. You could give these kids maybe $1 million, I wouldn't say $1 million, but close to it, and it wouldn't mean anything like being out there competing on an NBA court, meeting professional players like Dr. J or Larry Bird or so on. It means an awful lot. It means an awful lot to them later in their lives when they can talk about these things.
Of the 6 titles at stake, these 5 challengers from Archbald, Pennsylvania continue their quest at the Eastern Conference Final next Sunday.
A lot of talent in that one little town, isn't there? Now, the New York Knicks obviously are out after a center, as you could tell by that earlier report. They will go hard for Moses Malone. Now, where Mo is going to wind up playing next, I remind you that the NBA World Championship Series begins Thursday night in either Philadelphia or Boston. And, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers have already wrapped up the Western Conference, are unbeaten so far in the thing. Where will the NBA find its future talent? Well, if the scouts are watching, they may want to lean forward right now and take a notice of some of the finest young basketball players in the country as we continue our coverage of the Pepsi HotShot Championships.
We're here for the Eastern Conference Finals of the 6th Annual Pepsi Challenge NBA Hot Shot Competition. Within a 1-minute time period, contestants shoot baskets from 5 hot spots. The toughest shot worth 5 points from up on top, 24 feet out. That 4-point shot is from 21 feet. Most popular spot on the floor, the 3-pointer right at the foul line. Then there's the 2-pointer from 12 feet and a 3-point shot from 15 feet. 2 layups are allowed during the round. If a competitor shoots from all 5 hot spots, they're awarded a 3-point bonus. Our first competitor, as we pick it up, Susan Bolkavage from Archbald, Pennsylvania, and she needs 5 points to win. She's in the Eastern Conference Finals in her first year of competition, and one more shot, and she will have captured it. And there it is. She's one of 5 Archbald contestants here at the Eastern Conference Championships, and she's really pouring it on now. Now Susan's going to try for the bonus points by attempting a shot from all 5 hot spots, and she has them. Susan Bolkavage, with a great finish, wins the girls 9 to 12 category with a total of 105 points. Now next up is Michael Hughes. He too is from Archbald, Pennsylvania, and he has been really shooting the eyes out of the basket, and on this shot he has won the Eastern Conference Finals, beating Bobby Burjic of Chicago. But Hughes is on a streak, as you can see here. He's a 7th grader from Valley View Junior and Senior High School, and he's going for his 4th in a row. He has it. Can he make it 5 from that popular D3 spot? 5 in a row. He has plenty of time. 6 straight for Michael Hughes. And he wins easily and misses on his 7th attempt, but a fine performance. Now next up is Diane McGraw, one of Archbald's 2 defending national champions. She's competing in the girls 13 to 15 age group, and that's what she needs to surpass the leader. And as you can see, all those Archbald kids are trained to shoot from that D3 spot, and her next basket will break the tie, and she has won the title. The girls' Eastern crown for the 2nd year in a row. She's a 10th grader from Bishop O'Hara School, and like all the Archbald kids, representing the Philadelphia 76ers. And she tells us that someday she wants to go to college and study dentistry. Diane McGraw, looking for another national champion, is one step closer. Archbald's other defending champion is Joe Reno, the defending boys titleist, back to try for an unprecedented 3rd national title. And he spends a lot of time, even in the winter, shoveling away the snow and practicing. That's dedication for you, and there's no question it gives him quite an edge. And he's going to need it here as he gets set to go and goes for the 5-pointer and hits it, his first shot. As he's in a battle with newcomer John McIntyre of Detroit. McIntyre has already completed the round, as you see, with 99, and Joe Reno has 42 seconds now to catch up, and he has yet to miss. 9th grader from Bishop O'Hara. Someday he'd like to play professional basketball, and can you blame him? And he has really mastered that D3 position. And coming closer now, 7 points behind the leader. There's one of the 2 layups he's allowed. 5 points behind, and now 2, and if he makes this, he'll beat McIntyre, and he misses the shot. That's the only one he's missed so far, and now he's got it. Joe Reno over 100. And he has won the boys 13 to 15 age category and still has some more time to run up the score. Joe Reno has only missed one shot, incredibly. His last one. And it goes for 114. This is Lori Reno, Joe's older sister. What is it like meeting youngsters from around the country?
Well, first of all, over the West, they all wear whole different style of clothing, and it's funny, you laugh at them. And they're just so nice, and it's good to have people over there and to write to and everything. It's fun.
Lori is having quite a good round. In fact, has already clinched the title over Missy Woodhams, who represented the Cleveland Cavaliers. Lori was a national runner-up in her age category last year. She's trying to win the title in this, her last year of competition, and finishes with 92. This is James Fulmer from Indianapolis, Indiana, representing the Indiana Pacers. As we pick it up right now, you see what Fulmer needs to capture the leader, Kevin Bunner, representing the Philadelphia 76ers. He tries the 5-point shot, misses, but he gets the bonus for attempting the shot anyway. And now Fulmer has won it, as you can see, winning the boys 16 to 18 age category, and he finishes with a total now of 114 points. And the National Director of Hot Shot, Oscar Robertson, joining our Eastern champions.
Time now when you see Oscar to take another look back at a man whose NBA star has shined over parts of 3 different decades. Elvin Hayes is 36 years old, but he's still going strong down in Houston in the Big East, Los Angeles, and we will return after these messages from your local stations.
This is CBS.
Your life, live it your way. Your date, leave some pleasure for yourself. Your work, give it...
As the NBA Championship Series progresses, so does the competition among the NBA hotshots. Take a look now at some young athletes that you may someday see in the NBA.
The 6th annual Pepsi Challenge NBA Hot Shot Western Conference Finals. Within a 1-minute time limit, the hot shot competition involves shooting baskets from 5 hot spots. The toughest shot is worth 5 points. That's from 24 feet out. That 4-point shot is from 21 feet out. The most popular spot, left of the key at the foul line, worth 3 points. The 2-point shot to the right, as you see, from 12 feet out, and a 3-pointer from 15 feet. 2 layups are allowed during the round, and if a competitor shoots from all 5 hot spots, a 3-point bonus. Now, leading off today's competition, Jennifer Johnson of Phoenix, Arizona. What is she doing differently this year?
This year, I've established the pattern that most of the hot shotters use. They go back to the 3-pointer on the side of the free throw lane, and that's a good shot for me, and most people have that shot as their favorite one, and that's helped me a lot.
It sure has, and the strategy pays off right there. As you see, Jennifer Johnson has already won the competition, and she is the first Phoenix representative to reach the national championships. Of course, representing the Phoenix Suns, she's on the honor roll in school, in the 7th grade at Hurd Elementary School, and she says her favorite player is Walter Davis of the Phoenix Suns. No wonder. And she plays the violin and piano, a very well-rounded young lady, and a pretty good hot shot performer as well. Jennifer Johnson. This is Jason Taylor, who's in the boys 9 to 12 age category. And with a terrific round, Jason is trying to catch up to Ty Baumgartner of Emporia, Kansas. This 3-pointer could do it for him, and it does. Jason Taylor in the 6th grade from Portland, Oregon, and he represents the Portland Trail Blazers. And his favorite player is George Gervin, and he is a Western Conference champion. Next up is Janet Franklin, a former national champion in her age category, and Janet's in a real fight this year. In fact, right now, she needs 10 points to win. And she seems to have the range. Janet Franklin in the 9th grade from Arrowhead Junior High School and a prolific letter writer. She writes to all the candidates. Now, she's attempting from the 5th spot, and that attempt gives her the bonus points and the victory as well, enough to move on to the national finals next week against defending champion Diane McGraw of Archbald, Pennsylvania. Janet Franklin finishes with 88 points. In the next competition, the boys 13 to 15 age category, David Kuzman, who flatly says he expects to win.
I feel like I deserve to win because of the hours I put in and the hard practice, and just over the past couple of years when I didn't win it 2 years ago, and I just feel like it's my turn now. this is the year of the Cougs.
Well, the Cougs has his hands full. A tough competitor this year, going against former boys 9-12 national champ Phil Harwell. And there you see, he has the championship right there with 13 seconds to go, representing the Denver Nuggets. David Kuzman of Colorado Springs, Colorado, goes to the finals nationally against Joe Reno when he goes for all the marbles then. Next up is the girls' 16-18 competition with Lori Toller from Rancho Cordova, California. And we pick up the action. Lori has already won her trip to the Nationals next week, where her competition will be Lori Reno of Archbald, Pennsylvania. She represents the Golden State Warriors, does Lori Toller, and she's going to try for the 5-point shot from 24 feet out, and she hits it for a total of 84. Now, this is Mike Handy from Oakland, California, one of 2 Bay Area representatives in the national finals this year. And as you can see, Mike has already won the boys' senior division, is now just racking up the points. And these 3-pointers are really falling for Mike, who naturally is called by his hotshot buddies the Handyman. He's representing the Golden State Warriors and someday would like to play professional basketball. He loves that D3 spot, but now he's going to go for a 5-pointer from 24 feet out, and it goes for Mike Handy. So there you have the Pepsi Challenge NBA Hotshot Western champions, along with National Director Oscar Robertson.
Updating a couple of stories now. Halfway through the Indianapolis 500, Gordon Johncock has overtaken Rick Mears. He is now the leader. Tom Sneva is in 3rd place. Meanwhile, at the Memorial Golf Tournament, we have a 4-way tie for first. Floyd. Earlier today, Sweden's Mats Wilander beat Argentina. We will show you that WBA junior featherweight title bout between Palma and Cruz live on CBS Sports Saturday next week. We'll start at 4:30 p.m. along the East Coast. Now, the junior featherweight division, by the way, has a maximum. We'll continue here on CBS Sports Sunday right after these messages from your local stations. The battle continues in the final round of the Kemper Open in Bethesda, Maryland, and the Masters champion. Now, the NBA Hotshot competition moves towards its concluding stages today, and Dick Stockton has more on this contest among tomorrow's NBA stars.
Welcome to the 6th annual Pepsi Challenge NBA Hotshot National Championships. From $3 million at the local level, we're down to the 12 finalists. Here are the rules. The Hotshot competition involves shooting baskets from these 5 hot spots within a 1-minute time period. 2 layups are allowed. If a youngster shoots from all 5 hot spots, there's a 3-point bonus. In our first competition, Jennifer Johnson of Phoenix, Arizona, who's 12 years old, is charging after Susan Bowl Cabbage of Archbald, Pennsylvania. JJ, who's in the 7th grade, trying to become and has become the first national champion from the Phoenix area. She's quite a student, on the honor roll, and plays the piano as well as the violin. A big Phoenix Suns fan. Her favorite player is Walter Davis. Jennifer Johnson is a champion. Now, this is 11-year-old Jason Taylor from Portland, Oregon. That's his score after 2 rounds. And here's action in the final seconds of the 3rd round. There you see his score, 76. He's attempting the shots from the popular D3 position that you saw in the last week, but he's having trouble scoring. And Jason Taylor, who's in the finals against Michael Hughes of Archbald, Pennsylvania, still has 76 points in this 3rd and final round. That's how he finished. Now, Michael Hughes had that score to beat the 76 of Jason Taylor. And there you see the final seconds of his 3rd and final round. And he's got a way to go now, trying to pick up the points. The clock is ticking away. He's still trailing by 6. And Michael Hughes is still down by 3. He better hurry. From the D3 position, he misses, and the time is running out. And Michael Hughes' last attempt is good. So now Michael Hughes has earned a playoff against a confident Jason Taylor.
I just think that I had a good day, and that I practice paid off, and that I guess I rated #1 in the country that way, and that my practice paid off, and that you've proved something to yourself.
He sure did. Michael Hughes finished his round with 24, and as you can see, Jason Taylor had it salted away as he wins the boys 9-12 category. In the girls 13-15, Janet Franklin of Kansas City and Diane McGraw are in the final for the 2nd year in a row, trailing by 6 right here. You're watching Janet Franklin. who likes the current rage of video games, try to move in front. She's trailing by 1 point with a lot of time to go. But she misses right there. Now she goes to the D3 spot to try to wrap it up, and no, she can't do it. And she's having a tough time nailing this thing down. And now the clock is becoming a factor. And look at Janet Franklin. She's now trying from the right side and misses, and now she's really under the pressure. And look at this. She's trying a 5-pointer to wrap it up, and she does. Janet Franklin wins the girls 13 to 15 category. Next up is the familiar face of 15-year-old Joe Reno, who has easily won an unprecedented 3rd national title. He's also been a national runner-up, and he defeated David Kuzman from Colorado Springs. And if they had a Hot Shot Hall of Fame, Joe Reno would be in. This is his last year because he'll be playing varsity basketball next year. Now moving along to Lori Reno. And that's the other half of the hot shooting Reno family, Joe's older sister, who's making her last appearance in the girls 16 to 18 category. And of course, she goes out a champion, a national runner-up last year, and she has defeated Lori Toller of Rancho Cordova, California, and she has won the girls 16 to 18 championship and goes to Marywood College next year. In the boys 16 to 18 category, this is Michael Handy, who's representing the Golden State Warriors. Now, Mike's looking to catch James Fulmer of Indianapolis, Indiana. Mike's student at Castlemont High School, recently honored by the Oakland City Council for his performance in Hot Shot, and there he has won it with 8 seconds to go. Mike is only 16, so we may be seeing more of him in the Hot Shot next year. And a 5-pointer goes at the buzzer. The National Director of Pepsi Challenge NBA Hot Shot, Oscar Robertson, with our new champions in this, the 6th year of the Hot Shot competition. Congratulations to the winners.
Time for the second half now, and Hubie Brown is standing by with Laker coach Pat Riley, so let's go to Hubie.
Proud to present Pepsi Challenge NBA Hot Shot. A 1-minute race against the clock. Competing in one of 6 age and sex categories, youngsters try to make as many baskets as possible from the 5 hot spots you see here. Shot attempts from all hot spots count towards bonus points, and 2 layups are also allowed. Hot spot A worth 2 points, 12 feet from the basket on the baseline. Hot spot B is 21 feet away and is worth 4 points. C, the most difficult shot, is 25 feet away and is worth 5. Hot spots D and E 15 feet away and worth 3 points each, but D is at the corner of the key while E is on the left baseline. Tonight's competition features the champions from the NBA's Atlantic Division, the Boston Celtics, the Washington Bullets, the Philadelphia 76ers, the New Jersey Nets, and the New York Knicks. In the girls 9 to 12-year-old category, Amy Garner of the Washington Bullets outpointed Dorothy Sorless of the New Jersey Nets with a 3-round score of 98 to 65. Our second competition, boys 9 to 12, featured Dwayne Frazier of the Philadelphia 76ers, who defeated Blake Picnic of the Washington Bullets 123 to 96. The girls 13 to 15-year-old category pitted past national finalist Susan Bolkavage of the 76ers against Marie Ayers of the Bullets. Susan, who made it all the way to the title last year, had some thoughts on her transition.
Susan, you were in the national championships last year, and you were a national runner-up. Tell me, what are you doing differently that may help you get to the championships this year?
Well, it's a different age group, and you have to work a little bit harder because the kids are a lot bigger and stronger than I am, so it's tougher.
Susan's hard work paid off as she hits these 3-pointers and attempts from hot spot A to complete her 15-point bonus on the way to her 118 to 96 victory. Mike Ellis of the Boston Celtics got all he could handle in the boys 13 to 15-year-old group from Andy Enfield of the Philadelphia 76ers. Although Mike hung on to win 126 to 112, he needed every shot and bonus point here on his 3rd round to match Enfield's blazing 3rd round score of 38 points. Mike's margin of victory was provided by his bonus points. He got 5 points for attempting shots from all 5 hot spots and 10 more points for attempting these shots a second time. Of course, he still had to hit all of these shots to offset Enfield's hot shooting. Past national champion Diane McGraw of the 76ers picked up where she left off last year by besting Valerie Whiteman of the Bullets 119 to 81 in girls 16 to 18-year-olds. Our final competition featured Robert Fisher of the 76ers challenging Kevin Gillis of Boston. Kevin was only behind by 8 points going into the 3rd round, and this 3-pointer temporarily gave him the lead. But then he went cold, and although he was gaining his bonus points, his inability to hit these shots gave Fisher a chance to regain the lead. pressure of competing in an unfamiliar court in front of 15,000 screaming NBA fans can sometimes prove too much, even for the best of shooters. On the other hand, Robert Fisher was on target in this head-to-head competition to earn his first Atlantic Division championship. And here they are, the boys' champions. 9-12, Dwayne Frazier of Lebanon, Pennsylvania. 13-15, Mike Ellis of Plattsburgh, New York. 16-18, Robert Fisher of Philadelphia. And the girls' champions, 9-12, Amy Garner of Gatesburg, Maryland. 13-15, Susan Bolcabbage of Archbald, Pennsylvania. 16-18, Diane McGraw, also of Archbald. Stay tuned for more exciting ESPN coverage of Pepsi Challenge NBA Hot Shot on upcoming NBA playoff games.
Show us what you got. You're the Pepsi generation.